Motivation hacks: how to stay driven, avoid job burnout, and prevent mental exhaustion. Periodic burnout is common, especially if you truly love what you do. But the situation can become harmful if that burnout doesn't go away after a while. Use these simple tips and tricks to stay motivated for a long time while preventing job burnout and mental fatigue. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. I hope you are doing fantastic today. I'm doing fantastic. If you're doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka. Let's roll. Today we have a very important topic to discuss, and this is a topic that has been on the minds of millions of Americans, which is how to prevent job burnout. Now, before I get into the nitty-gritty, let me quickly give a shout out to Jackie Brooks in Antwerp, North Dakota, Layla George in Morton, North Dakota, and Maria Dorner in Dodge, North Dakota. So Jackie, Layla, and Maria, we really appreciate your support and loyalty. The first thing you need to do is you gotta stay away from the news. It's very important because job burnout in some cases is a result of depression. So if you have some kind of constant, regular negativity brought upon by news report over time, this can accumulate and give many people the false belief that all of life is horrible, right? If you got to watch the news at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. and all you see is just negativity and crimes and, the bad sides of society, this can trigger within some people depression and burnout, right? So it's very important to cut the cord of the 24-hour news cycle and focus sometimes on things that relax you, right? So try not watching the news, for instance, or reading the news for 30 days. And you'll be really surprised how easy it is to prevent or fix certain forms of a burnout, all right? Number 2, write down what you need to get done and why you must do it. It's very important. Clarity of purpose triggers mental clarity. Let me repeat that. Clarity of purpose triggers mental clarity. If you're sure about what you want to do and why you want to get it done, what happens is that you have neural mechanisms that get triggered in your brain that helps you get to your goal faster. And this has proven by countless research reports about psychological mechanisms or mental mechanisms. Clarity of purpose also fosters motivation. It allows you to be very focused on what you need to get done and why you have to do it. So if you're tired, confused, or scared, you want to remember why you started doing the job in the first place, right? So that kind of allows you to evacuate, if you will, the negative vibes that are threatening to push you into job burnout zone, right? Now, the third thing you want to do is you want to take regular breaks. If you want to stay motivated, avoid job burnout, and prevent mental exhaustion, you've got to take regular breaks. I'm talking about, during the day, trying to take 5 minutes or 10 minutes every 2 hours or 3 hours, right? Or, experts recommend to take 15 to 20 minutes every 3 hours. It's the same thing as if, when you're driving, right? Sometimes the more vehicle authorities will tell you, every 2 hours, that you are at the wheel, you want to take a 10 minutes break. This is very important. Taking a pause allows your metabolism to realign itself. All right. So this, you can go for a walk. You can talk to friends about the past weekends or last night. You can read your favorite magazine. You can stretch. You can do some yoga. It's very important to change your scenery. You can take a deep breath so that your mind and body are both realigned. This is very important. Now, if you notice, people who are highly productive, they are known to take periodic breaks, right? If you take, for instance, let's just push things a little extremely. You have politicians or some celebrities who can be working on a movie for months, and after the movie is done, production is done, everything is done, they just take a vacation for 2 months or 1 month, right? So either way, you need to find the right balance between the right work-life balance that works for you. All right. So 3 things before we move on to the next three ones. So stay away from the news, Write down what you need to get done and why you must, and take regular breaks. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. I'm still having a conversation around motivation and how to prevent job burnout and how to stay driven for a long time. And if you love the clarity and the quality of the content so far, please consider subscribing to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you can be informed whenever we drop a new show. And we do so every single day, rain or shine. And please just smash that like button for us and share and comment below. Let us know how you are able to deal with stress and burnout. If you have been there before, have done that, share with the rest of the community your knowledge, your opinions about today's topic. And I quickly want to give a shout out to Anna Jones in Shelby, North Carolina, Harper Lawson in Castelia, North Carolina, and Aaron Ellis in Goldston, North Carolina. Thank you so much. Very appreciated. Now, number 4, you want to make some changes in your diet. Now, the food you put into your body has a big impact on your mood, right? The food that goes into your system has an impact on your hormonal balance. So as they say, garbage in, garbage out, right? So this is true for data. It is also true for our bodies. So you want to pay attention to what goes on in your body. Now, certain foods, and I'm not going to name them here, but certain foods are known to not help you become healthy, right? You know, you probably know that junk food is not necessarily the best food out there when it comes to, energizing you, or alcohol or smoking. So I'm just talking here about the diet, but also the lifestyle. So this is very important. You want to feed your body, brain, and attitude with healthy superfoods, right? A good combo of veggies and fruits and proteins, and whatever it is. This show is not about giving you a dietary advice, but you gotta be you gotta use common sense, right? If you want to feel good both physically and mentally, you want to improve your diet, and in many cases you want to exercise, right? And exercise doesn't have to be anything strenuous here. It doesn't have to be you running a marathon. It's just that you want to keep moving, so you can see a rise in energy and a rise in your attitude. All right, so and that change in diet and lifestyle can help heal or prevent burnout. Number 5, take an extended break. Now, I was talking earlier about take regular breaks, and I was talking about 15 to 20 minutes. And I even gave you the example of celebrities taking 1 month or 2 months vacation. It's the same thing here. Now, I'm not asking you to take a sabbatical where you're just out of the office for 3 months or 4 or 5 or 6 or 12. No, but take an extended break. This could be, 2 to 3 weeks. If you feel overloaded, if you realize you're facing every day without the motivation to excel, that things are not working, you feel lethargic in the office, you wake up in the morning, you have no inclination to go to work, something is happening here, and you want to pay attention to it. And the best way to pay attention to it is to break the cycle of routine. So you can go for a vacation, right? So time away is a powerful antidote, right? And when I'm talking about break here, I want you to take a complete break. I'm not talking about you going somewhere, and then you're still stuck with your iPhone or, your iPad, or you're constantly checking the news, what's going on in the company, what's going on in the whole world. No, I'm talking about just completely cutting off the cord to, not to civilization per se, but really get some time to figure out exactly what's happening. You want to give yourself some space and time to breathe, relax, and enjoy spending time doing whatever you please, right? So that when you return to work, you will feel refreshed. Your burnout will be over. It will completely disappear. You are ready to be motivated. You can jump back in and give it your all. And this is what we want, right? Another way to stay driven and avoid job burnout is always to start the day in a relaxed mode. They always say that the way you start the day is how you end it. If you start the day in a positive mode, in a relaxed mode, chances are the positive energy, the positive mindset will accompany you throughout the day. And that could help you really end the day on a positive note, on a high note. So it's very important to start the day slowly, right? Because a lot of people are so stressed in the morning. I'm talking about between, racing through breakfast and shuttling the kids to school, fighting traffic. By the time they arrive to work, they're already exhausted, right? And they have no motivation to attack the workday because, and I'm talking only 2 hours here, right? You wake up at 6. By the time you get to work at 8 or 8:30, you have fought World War II already. So your energy is just low and you have an entire work day to focus on, but you're already low in energy. Think about, having a cell phone where your battery is already is only 20% before you even start the day. How long can that last? It's the same thing with your energy. So in the morning, you want to, if I use the metaphor of a smartphone, you want to be very clear about, how to manage your smartphone so the battery doesn't deplete soon. So there are things you have to do. You have to do slowly. You want to cultivate a relaxed mindset before you begin your work day, right? If you are into yoga, you can do some yoga. You can meditate. You can just have what I call a gratitude moment. It can be 5 minutes where you are very happy of what you have, very grateful for what has happened to you, grateful for all the things that have happened to you, to your family, to your children. And all of those things allow you to be in a good mood, right? And again, this morning ritual that I'm talking about can last for 5, 10, 20 minutes. I'm not asking for a whole hour. It could be 5 hours. It could be 5 minutes. It could be 10 minutes. And this could include stretching, exercising, relaxing, meditating, or some other practice that helps you stay motivated and feel centered, right? You want to be focused and you want to be ready to perform at your optimal level. Okay, so this is what you need to think about when it comes to stopping the stress, stopping the job burnout. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweaty Cuba. We are about to wrap up today's show, and just want to quickly give a shout out again to some of our fans who have inspired us to tackle this particular topic. I'm thinking about Molly Adams in Bolivar, Mississippi, Hayden Mason in Cranberry, Mississippi, and Kyle Willis, by the way, in Bailey, Mississippi. So we have Kyle, Hayden, and Molly, all the way from Mississippi. We love you. Thank you so much. Now, here is today's recap. So to stay motivated and avoid job burnout, you want to stay away from the news. You want to write down what you need to get done and why you must. Take regular breaks. Make some changes in your diet. Take an extended break. Could be on vacation, to an isolated island, And the last thing you also want to think about doing is start the day in a relaxed mode. All right. Now, having said that, there are a few things I want to add, and this is part of my pro tips. Please reward yourself. Reward yourself from time to time. So in other words, if you're able to bypass certain hurdles or challenges at work or in life, reward yourself. Is it you want to go to a movie, you want to buy yourself a dress or a costume, whatever it is, relax yourself. You want to indulge in some passion or whatever. Allow yourself to have some kind of breaks, all right? And have a mentor, a coach you can talk to periodically. Having a third person, a second person to talk to, an external element, an external human you can reach out to. It's very important. It allows us to be centered. It allows us to receive unbiased feedback. Have a motivation buddy, right? You have someone that you can reach out to. You both can help each other. It could be a group. It doesn't have to be only a duet. It could be a group also. Try to sleep sufficiently. I spoke earlier about the lifestyle. It's very important. So when I talk about lifestyle, I'm talking about food. So the diet, exercising, and sleeping. Sleeping is key, right? So experts have said that an average adult should be sleeping between 6 and 8 hours. And I think this is about right. Some people are comfortable sleeping less than that, but let's just follow what the CDC, the Centers for Disease Prevention and Control, have said. So 8 to 6 hours for an adult. And the last thing you want to do is that whenever you feel lethargic, if you want to boost your engagement, you want to be driven, you want to be motivated, it's important to watch something uplifting. I'm talking about a movie. It could be a comedy, it could be a concert, it can be anything that uplifts you, anything that changes the neural mechanisms in your brain, anything that changes the routine, that brings you out of that lethargy and, sort of boost your energy level. All right? Thanks for listening to today's conversation. I will see you next time. And until then, remember, stay marvelous.